Hello boys and girls, welcome to my preview of Arsenal's up and coming Premier League match against Crystal Palace on New Year's Day. So we got back to winning ways in our last game against West Bromwich Albion. We left it very late in that game with Olivier Giroud scoring the winning goal in the 87th minute. In my preview for that game I said that we needed an early goal, otherwise it could be a very frustrating afternoon. So what can we expect from Crystal Palace with this one? I actually do not know. If you would have asked me a few weeks ago, I would have actually turned around and said, easy, walk in the park. We'll win this game about 3-4-0, no problem. They have currently conceded 33 goals this season and their top goal scorer is Christian Benteke with 8 goals. Things are a little bit different now. Alan Pardew has been sacked and Sam Allardyce has taken over. He's had one game in charge so far and that was the 1-1 draw against Watford at the weekend. He has still only had about a week or so with these players, so maybe this has still come a little bit too early for him. At least that's what I'm hoping anyway. I feel that this game may just be like the West Brom game where we may have to be patient if we do not score that early goal. Sam Allardyce notoriously sets his teams up to be very defensive against Arsenal, and he is one of them managers that has got the better of Arsenal on more than 1 or 2 occasions. That's why I feel that this one's a little bit more difficult to predict than normal, because I don't know what kind of formation Sam Allardyce will put out there. If he plays a team that's attacking, I feel we will destroy them, but it's suicidal to do that against Arsenal, especially at the Emirates. I feel that they will play very much like West Brom, very defensive, and they will be very happy with a point, let's be honest. In terms of Arsenal, what do I expect? Well, I expect a better performance than the one against West Brom, especially the first half. There was no intensity, no urgency, no penetration. Second half was a lot better, but there was no cutting edge. And finally, we got the breakthrough, as I said, with Olivier Giroud scoring in the 87th minute. But what matters is we got that win. We got the 3 points, and that was crucial right about now, after the 2 defeats against Everton and Man City respectively. Like I said, we need an early goal in this game. If we get it, then I feel that the game will open up and we will start to be able to get at Crystal Palace big time. Score early, I can see this game being about 3 or 4-0. Get to half time at 0-0, I can see it being a very edgy affair, just as it was against West Brom. We may nick the game 1 or 2-0 dependent on when we do get that breakthrough. In terms of my 1 to 11, I feel there will be a few changes. We are playing Bournemouth 48 hours after this one. You've got to weigh up whether Arsenal will make the changes for this one and rest a few players, or whether he will make the changes and rest a few players against Bournemouth. With all due respect to Crystal Palace, it's a little bit easier playing them at the Emirates than it is against Bournemouth. With that said, my lineup is very simple. Cech in goal. Wenger kept him in the team against West Brom. I don't see there being any changes whatsoever. Right back, Hector Bellerin. Don't even need to speak about why this guy's going to play. Centre back pairing, Koscielny, Gabriel. I thought Rob Holding should have come in against West Brom, but with Wenger not making that change, I cannot see Wenger making the change against Crystal Palace. Left back, Monreal. Based on the fact that Kieran Gibbs, I believe, is injured. I feel Kieran Gibbs was one of the best players on the pitch until he picked up his injury, and I'm actually gutted for him because I feel that he needed a run within the team. So Monreal at left back. We go to the central midfield pairing, and this is where I feel he will rest someone. For me, I'd rest Francis Coquelin and bring in El Neni. Coquelin has been one of our most consistent players throughout 2016 and one of our most consistent and best players this season. I feel this is the perfect time for him to recharge his batteries for the games ahead. Granit Xhaka, he will sit and play in that position again. He was excellent against West Brom. His passing range is insane. So for me, that midfield pairing will be El Neni and Xhaka. On the left-hand side, Alex Iwobi. I was really impressed with Iwobi against West Brom. He done a lot of good things, so I would keep him in there on the left-hand side of midfield. On the right-hand side of midfield, I feel we need to give Lucas Perez a chance. Walcott still out injured, Chamberlain still out, I believe. He caused a lot of problems when he come on again against West Brom. Put a couple of very good crosses in. One little issue is his tracking back. Now I heard there was a bit of an argument in the tunnel between Gabriel and Perez. It was based on the fact that Perez never got back when we were 1-0 up and Gabriel was not happy about his tracking back. And it's something that he will learn. In the number 10 role, Ozil. Again, quite a quiet game against West Brom, but when he had to deliver a cross, he delivered it. Took 87 minutes, but he done it. So he stays in that role as a number 10. Up front, I'll revert back to Alexis Sanchez. Now, I know Olivier Giroud scored the winning goal. I just feel that we're more of a threat and more of a danger when Alexis Sanchez is playing. I know people are going to say that he needs a rest, but there's a few games coming up where he can get that rest. Most notably, we've got Preston in a couple of weeks' time in the FA Cup. It's the perfect opportunity to give him the week off. So that's my Arsenal 1 to 11. Overall, I think that's a very strong side and strong enough to beat Crystal Palace. This game is all about getting 3 points, and that's what matters right now. If things are going wrong during the game, then I believe that we have the best plan B in the Premier League in Olivier Giroud to come off the bench and maybe change things around. So let me know what you think of my team selection, and let me know what you feel the score will be against Crystal Palace. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and as always, Arsenal, do not let me down.